Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. So this is probably going to be a bit of a short stream today, because I'm going to finish up the stream once Steve gets home, because we're going to start playing WoW Classic together. I wanted to start earlier because of this, but I had a bunch of real life stuff I had to do today. Unfortunately, I only just finished. Well, actually, I didn't even finish it all. I put off some of it until tomorrow. Oh well. But I'll get to play a little bit of this game, at least. Okay. Back to Ace Attorney Investigations. There should be a few more streams and then we'll finish this game. Looking forward to finishing it off, actually, because when I'm getting near the end of a game, I always look forward to finishing it, because I look forward to, marking off that checklist and picking a new project, because that's always fun. Okay, Turnabout Ablaze, middle part 3. Right, what happened last time? So yeah, we suspect Shi-Na of being the murderer over in the first embassy we went to. The murder of many. Seems like she escaped through the fireplace and then looped back around to pretend to discover the scene of the crime. So that's our current theory. Hey Tag, you're here just cooking food? Ooh, food. Nice. March 14, 11:33 PM, Theatrum Neutralis Lobby. Agent Lang. Lang Z says, "Little cubs, never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves." These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Babyliss ink, they were all of Zheng Fa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zheng Fa is in a financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money, the citizens are also worried. I've staked the honour of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zheng Fa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quick, as you fool! Curse your empty brain! Ha! You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shi-Na, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment if you... You, Wolfman and the secretary lady! Hold it! Objection, pal! Nice. Hey Scurvy, hey Mr. Fahrenheit. No, we've still got a lot left to go of this case. Yeah, I just started up the stream today. It's going to be a short stream, as I was saying earlier. So I'm going to finish up the stream once Steve gets home. We're going to start up WoW Classic together. But I'll get as much of this done as we can. Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Lang. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shi-Na, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighbouring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? You seem to be like the only person who doesn't care about WoW Classic in the slightest. I didn't. And then Steve said he wanted to play it, so that's why I'm playing it. I wasn't planning on playing it, but now it's going to be a thing that Steve and I play together. Yeah, her fashion sense is pretty interesting, isn't it? Is our boy Lang wearing 2 eye patches? No, he's got a really weird pair of sunnies. It looks like eye patches, doesn't it? It's like eye patches cross sunnies? It's weird sunglasses, anyway. Hey, Counting Kittens, welcome. Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babao investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Hey Dominic, welcome. Yeah, I agree. Yep, it's my opinion that current WoW is way better than Classic. Yeah, I think the game systems are just so much better. But, is it? Yeah, I haven't played the latest expansion, so... But yeah, a lot of people find, Steve wants to play Classic, because he wanted to play WoW in general again, but there's so many new expansions since he played, he finds it overwhelming. So I guess he wanted to simplify it. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? Yes. Yes, she is. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. I love it. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babao, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first, I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us. Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babalese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babylonis embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Shi-Na. But maybe it was me. Where am I? Can't choose me. Alright, we'll choose Larry. Always Larry. This is the person the suspicious person would have run into. Huh? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you sure you're not losing it? I haven't lost anything, and certainly not my mind. Maybe not, but you definitely have the wrong person. Or maybe you're just terrible with not only logic, but names as well. I know I was mistaken, but you didn't have to insult me. Think, Miles. Recall the circumstances around Kay's near arrest. There was someone right next to Mr. Kochin's office, investigating at the time. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz and hype for Classic WoW at the moment. I am really wondering how many people are going to stick with it though once they see kind of how bad it is. I've got to be honest, it's not very good. Yeah, Shi-Na. But it has the subscription fee for it. Also allows you access to current WoW. So I'm wondering how many people are going to jump from that to current and then realize just how much nicer all the class design and such is. How many more options you have for classes and such. Yeah, so I'm wondering how many people are going to make the jump over. Your answer is Shi-Na? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Shi-Na, who was in the next room over. Agent Shi-Na, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have... It just means that the creep slipped out before Shi-Na made it out into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Kochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shi-Na, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Grrr. I really like his fighting stance. It's pretty cool. Oh, you played a hunter in vanilla as well. Oh, yep. Yeah, I was a night elf hunter back then. Now, I'm going priest this time, because I never healed in vanilla. So I'll see what healing in vanilla is like. Until we get tired of it. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. Ha ha ha! I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Agent Lang's like, what? What are you talking about? Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. We still have to eliminate the window as a possible escape route. Priest will let you mind control people off cliffs. Yeah, I'm on PvE server, though. I don't like PvP stuff. The revolving wall on the Babyliss side is known only to 4 people. Hey Doom Guy, thanks for the host. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rub me the wrong way, you know that? Heh. Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. We do still need to explain this photo. I don't know how to explain this yet. I never got into Lord of the Rings Online. I wanted to, though. I like the idea that in Lord of the Rings Online, couldn't you like play any song you wanted on your little musical instrument? Because that sounds cool. I have to admit that at first, I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Let me save. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to answer a question here. What's chicken mode? That sounds like fun. I like chickens. Continue. And drink some water. You play as a chicken. Oh, wow. That sounds cool. Now, I realise you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. That's good. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. My badge.
Take that!
Take that. This piece of evidence proves that the shadow in the photo is not the person Kay saw. Oh, is that right? What do you think, little miss? Huh? Well, Gummy, what do you think? Me? Miss Von Karma, what do you think, sir? I don't think anything, because I already know that evidence proves absolutely nothing. Looks like you've got a mutiny on your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. The last thing I needed was him laughing in my face. I need to think back to what Detective Bad told me about when this photo was taken. Okay, so it was after... When was this photo taken? After the first fire or after both? Let's have a look-see. After the first fire. Okay. So this is before Manny's fire went up in... Manny's office went up in smoke. 2 fires broke out. This is a nice little rundown of what happened. The first fire at the Babyliss embassy occurred during the Gem and Ninjas show. The fire occurred on the 4th and 5th floors, and it took until the end of the show to put the fire out. The second fire at the Babyliss embassy occurred after the Gem and Ninjas show. The fire occurred on the 3rd floor, and Mr. Cochin's office caught fire during this. Maybe it was something to do with the Gem and Ninja? There's a lot of fire in this case. Got this strange wire we found inside the office. Still don't know what this guitar picks about. Actually use my brain. That's hard. I don't know if these flowers have anything to do with. Something to do with the statues? Someone swapped the statues somehow, and I'm still not sure how. Still not sure what Damask 2 has to do with anything. What did this say again? Not really anything. Appears to point to Mr. Cochin. It appears to. That's an interesting way to word that. Samurai Spear. Larry couldn't do the early summer rain jab special attack. Silhouette lantern. Is it a silhouette from this lantern? Can't get a good look at it though. Okay. This is simpler than I thought it was. This photo was taken before the second fire, and Kay went in there after the second fire. Okay. Fires in Babao, I suppose, is what we call it. Take that. Okay, that was a lot easier than I I was thinking I had to explain what the shadow was, but this just proves that it wasn't. Yeah. 3 separate incidents. Yeah, this is a complicated case. Hey, the Grey Man, welcome. Just going back through chat. The concert kept going during a fire. Yeah, they kept the first fire as a secret because they didn't want people to panic, so they kept the concert going. Okay. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kei saw. Kei spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire. Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've bit him in the butt now. Okay. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. Yeah, here we go. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babyliss side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shi-Na, explained in my stead? Shi-Na is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Lang, it's all right. I can take care of him. Shi-Na. You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Her smile is so creepy. Yeah, Kei is the legendary great thief Yatagarasu. Yeah, she met up with Edgeworth when she was like, what was she, 10 at the time? Yeah, she was involved in an incident in the courthouse. And that's how she met Edgeworth, and then she, like 7 years later, she met up with him again. And now they're trying to, because she's calling herself the thief Yatagarasu, but there's someone else who's claiming they're the thief, so we're trying to follow that up. Yeah, there's some closure. Yeah, you're explaining it better than me counting. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Shi-Na and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babyliss embassy? Shi-Na's movements. Okay. During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babel. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Koshin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Shi-Na tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Grrr! Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Shi-Na, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Shi-Na. Then let's put that to the test, and see if she is really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. She's so creepy. Better not to spoil. Apollo Justice, since we haven't got to that yet. There's a lot of people here who haven't played that. Yeah, I've played it, but I don't really want other people to see spoilers for it. Also, it's been a while since I played it, so quite a while. During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. So, you helped with the fire extinguishing effort. I was in charge of the police on the Babyliss side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. Oh, I kinda had a feeling you were gonna say that. Gumshoe's not a killer. How far am I through this case? Dawn of the second day. We're up to middle part 3? So we're over halfway through. Yeah, I'd say maybe 75% of the way through, but I don't actually know how many parts the ending has. Shi-Na's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Shi-Na, tell him what other things you're good at. Alright. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babao. By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Babao, correct? Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babao. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor. When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor. And you did that alone? Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. absolutely not 75% through? Ah, okay. I'm getting conflicting info then. So you were in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office. I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighbouring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Koshin's office, wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologised for my behaviour. Now if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet. Oh! I have to agree, right now is not the time to take issue with that. Oh, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Shi-Na. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. I don't think I've seen that movie. What movie are you referencing? You were unable to catch even a glimpse, despite being in the next room. Is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, are you calling Shi-Na's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Shi-Na right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Aw, you know, I feel kinda bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me. And why is that? To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony. Oh? Then why don't you show her using what we found with Little Thief? Heck, I will, in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Shi-Na, then what is it that she is keeping from us right now? Well, I don't see the flaw. Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again? Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu, despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu. That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. American Psycho. Ah, okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen that. Anyway. During the first fire, you assisted in putting out fire. You're searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in the plant during it. So is it still on fire? Hang on, let me reread this one. fire was pretty much out. She investigated the 3rd floor. Okay. Yeah, to go to see that had appeared in the bow. Hang on, how did she know about a Yatagarasu in the bow? Because there was the shadow, but that was in the other one, right? That was in, what's the other one called? I've forgotten the name! Alabas, yeah. She was searching for the one that had appeared in the bow. Wait, hang on, where'd you hear about that? Let me reread that again. Suspicious person was spotted. Alright, so I think maybe this is the point I need to go after. Let's save before I do anything. Save! Okay. Oh, also the key appeared. Maybe that's what we're going for. She was asking for proof. I'm very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. Maybe that's what we want? Nope, okay. Even you can't talk your way out of the contradiction this piece of evidence points out. I guess not. I knew it. Because I don't need to talk my way out of it. What sort of... I don't like to waste time delving into subjects that don't warrant a need to. Arr! It would appear that I was mistaken. Spear, samurai dogs. Most of this I don't think has anything to do with this side, but these ones might. Proof that the Yatagarasu exists. We got this weird photo. Check out this weird photo. You don't care about the photo? Okay. This piece of evidence shows us a contradiction in your testimony. By your silence, I assume you agree with my conclusion. No, I just don't have a worthy response. In any case, I have some documents I need to attend to. I guess she feels that she has no need to counter my argument. Maybe I should check the game over for this once while we're here. Helena's testimony, spilled ink. Yeah. After the Gem and Ninjas show. It's pretty difficult to keep all these events straight in my head. I want to go after that. The silhouette that was seen was over in the other place, but I don't think I have any evidence I can use to show that. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, not sure what evidence I would use to go after that. Okay. I'm not sure what to go after here. I tried to tie the person that Kay was chasing with the Yatagarasu with the key, and that didn't really work. And tried to tie it with the photo, that didn't work. Not much to look at there. The body wasn't badly burnt by the fire. Very lucky indeed. Now, so these were burning. When were these burning? I think it was when the ambassador tried to go in the office that these were burning. Now, is that part of the this fire event we're talking about? The second fire? Or is it just another separate fire? I'll look through all these press statements again. The room next to his office. This part doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to prove here. So we suspect her of being the murderer and escaping through the fireplace. But I don't think we're going right for that just yet. Very skeptical the girls Yatagarasu even exists. It's a weird contradiction though. She heard that there was the Yatagarasu in the bow. But like, who did she hear that from? When I pressed, I didn't really get anything related to that. And then she's saying, "Oh, I doubted they even existed." Like, I'm not sure how to point that out though. Shouldn't be referring to the photo, because we didn't find this until pretty recently, right? Or is she letting slip that she knows about the photo? Maybe that's what she's doing. Nope, okay. Nope, that's not it. I'll also press this one, see if there's anything here. I don't know if there's anything useful there. So during the first fire, she was helping put it out. Not sure if that's useful info. Share the scream. That one's not very helpful. Spoiler-free walkthrough. Okay. Should try that. Actually, first, should we get a game over and see what the text is going to be? Since we're at half health now. Might as well get a game over here. Assume these Lang's just going to cover for Shi-Na, and they're going to escape. Who's actually under suspicion at this point in time? So, Kay isn't under suspicion anymore officially. Is Larry still under suspicion? I don't think he is. I don't think Lang has any suspects at the moment, so he's just kind of give up and go home, I guess. Let's find out. Sorry, but any more time we spend discussing this would just be a waste. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you off the investigation. Wait a second. Langzi says, persistence soon turns into fixation. You're so set on your logic being right that you've lost your objectivity. Investigations require that we be flexible and open-minded, just like yours truly. So give it up, and go home. We got sent home. With a note for our parents. When is Larry not under suspicion here? Alright. So it's the fireplace. Okay, thank you, counting. So I guess we're going for that the Yatagos whose escape route was through the fireplace, so she should have seen that, but yeah. That's a strange way to do it. Because we still haven't disproven that they couldn't escape through the window. Cool. Being in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office is the problem with your testimony. Not so fast. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shi-Na. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shi-Na? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu? Or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat, pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shi-Na. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Uh-oh. Is she... Shi-Na? Oh, is it actually her? Oh god! That laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. Oh, I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Shi-Na, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace? Do you have any proof to back up your claim? Yes. The whole thing with the ashes and stuff. It's old bag. No, I really wanted to check the next room to see if she left the coat there, but the game wouldn't let me check the other room, which is a shame. Okay. If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babao was used recently. My badge. My honest answer is this. Well, at least you found it funny. What was that for? It was just my honest answer to that piece of evidence. Aha! It means that his piece of evidence was only worth a sudden outburst of laughter. Arrgh. Hang in there, Mr. Edgeworth. Just remember what happened to me when I went through that revolving door. Aww, Gumshoe's giving us some help. But what happened to you is irrelevant to the topic at hand. Oh, but I even got my coat covered in ash trying to squeeze my way through. Hold on, maybe his dirtied coat is relevant after all. I should think back to what the fireplace was like when we were investigating it. Yeah, I think I'm presenting this... no, not that one. The testimony about the fireplace. Yeah. Or the fireplace itself. Oh, well, this is... There are signs that the wall had been used. So is that... Here's your proof that the fireplace wall was used recently. There are signs that the revolving fireplace wall has been used. So I guess, is that what I present? Or is it the testimony saying that he left ink on the back wall? I mean, this evidence directly states that it's... Okay, that was a weird one. I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes, according to Ambassador Poleno's testimony. Okay, so I think that would have worked too. Good. He said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up? Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Poleno said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. Yeah, she's laughing again. And just what is so funny? Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony, and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. The last testimony. Is it though? Yeah, this, it was case 4, the flashback case, where we played as Edgeworth when he was, wearing the old uniform. The old, suit, sorry. Yeah, that was where we found all about Callisto U. Yeah, all the cases of this game have been, like, tying together in a really interesting way, actually. So this is the last one, so this is the big finale. You, a poisonous tree. Oh, okay. I thought it was a flower for a butterfly and flower for the symbols. Doesn't say here. He had an old suit. Yeah, the one he had framed in his office back at the first game. The Von Karma-ish suit. And Francisca was a little... How old was she there? 13? Yeah, a little 13-year-old. Shi-Na's rebuttal. Oops. Still got my profiles open. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. You found not a single suspicious thing. You're not very... Yeah. If you were a real investigator, you're not very good at this, because there's a lot of suspicious things in our office. Arrgh. That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. The coat, I guess? What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth? You're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Shi-Na, please. Show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shi-Na. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough, even for you, pal. Huh. It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. Oh, talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace. Now can you? So, you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection! Oh, he's trying. Okay, if you could please not steal my line. Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore. Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Yeah, we got the best music. It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace. Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Polano and Mr. Cochin. Curses! But did she check the other side? I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find. I take it you have no further objections? Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. So, Interpol has finished examining the entire Babyliss embassy. Yes, The investigators who weren't allowed into Alabast were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu. And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that I am sorry. You don't need to apologise, Shi-Na. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologise for you. I'm sorry. You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all. He apologises for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss. Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates? No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir. Even if you are a bit too strict sometimes. That is only a problem on your end. Wow, you're a great boss. Wow, way to be super hard on him in response. Am I really too strict on everyone? Just a little bit. Anyway, Shi-Na, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right? That's right. We finished our investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway? No, I haven't found any yet. Then what are we going to do? There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Babyliss investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Shi-Na in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there is one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide it from us. Okay. Press that last statement. So you really didn't find anything? Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation, but we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babyliss knife handle yet. Ha! You see, my subordinates worked hard to investigate everything, so there was nothing else to find, alright? Wow, Agent Lang really sticks up for his people. Lang Z says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too. That's a rather large family you have there. Yes, but as we all know, there is always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family. Wait, what? What does the term black sheep actually refer to? I thought it just referred to someone who didn't fit in? But... not sure about that. No. Let's save. Yeah. I was gonna think through that counting. You kind of didn't have to hit that yet. Not a single suspicious thing. You didn't find anything suspicious at all. I highly doubt that. But I didn't. You can even ask the other men. I don't need to, for I found what you should have a while ago. Excuse me? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What's in the... Oh, yeah! He really wants to be in a fighting game. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see, so there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway. Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more. Your pompous attitude is unnecessary. All I require is the evidence. Drez. Who was Drez again? Very well. I'll show her the hidden piece of evidence that her and her fellow Interpol agents missed. A badge. This is what you and your agents missed. Hey now, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you trying to smear the good name of Interpol? Of course not. Then are you trying to slander Agent Lang and I? Or are you just presenting unrelated evidence in the hope of fooling us? It's not unrelated. Watch what you say, because you're this close to getting into a fight with Interpol. Did you even think things through? If you can't even do that, then get out of my face. Arrgh! What do you say to something like that? I admit it's not likely that they would have overlooked it, had it been a regular investigation. Not likely that they would have overlooked it. And it's only thanks to Kay's gadget that we were able to move forward at all. Which means that I should show them what we found in that most unusual place. Alright, so must be talking about the wire and the clock. Take that! Take that! I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? Ooh. Hey Shizzle, how are ya? Oh, how does the One Punch Man game handle it? A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what, we found this in the Babylonis embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Shi-Na. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor? The reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shi-Na was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. My save file. Not too much has happened so far, Shizzle. We're trying to prove to Lang that Shi-Na is dodgy. Also, it seems like she might actually be, what's her name? Callisto Yu, because she laughed the same way Callisto Yu did. Creepy. And I'll probably end the stream soon, because Steve's home. And I want to start up Classic WoW with him, and I do need to finish off that stuff I was doing earlier too. I'll see if we reach a breakpoint soon here though. Yeah, it's a short stream today, but today was a very busy day for me. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location. The elevator! Okay, I'll go check it out right now, sir. Be right back. We already went over that area with a fine-toothed comb. And I've heard their extensively detailed report about that area as well. I have also heard the reports. Actually, thinking back on it, I checked out that area pretty well already too. I guess that means we really don't need to check that area anymore, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, if that is everyone's opinion, then I suppose not. What happened to trusting in your instinct? She does have me there. I'll reload. But yeah, it's the room that Shi-Na was in, because no one else... I don't know if anyone's actually investigated that. Because I couldn't. Take that! The location, Agent Shi-Na, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Koshin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you really think that Miss Shi-Na's the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. Okay. Thanks, Avyosha. Alright, I'll probably save and quit soon then, so I can finish up stuff in real life. It's a 3 vs 3 game, but One Punch Man is always late, so it's not available for the first 90 seconds. If your other 2 characters get knocked out before he arrives, you lose. But once he does arrive, he's practically invincible. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a fun idea, actually. I like that. That's cool. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babyliss ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I've found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh? So what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shi-Na, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Aww. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now? These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them... Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, Shi-Na. Lang? Shi-Na, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So, which of Agent Shi-Na's belongings are you going to examine, sir? Get to pick. So... Hey, Sanatukai, how are you? I probably won't be going for much longer today. I'm going to finish up early because I'm going to start playing WoW Classic with my boyfriend. Also got a few real life things to finish up. I'll go for a little bit longer though. Let's check out the makeup! I believe I'll examine her makeup. What is this? It looks like a very thin paintbrush. It's a lip brush. It's for putting on my lipstick. I found something with a lot of weird powder inside, sir. That's just foundation powder in there. It's nothing to get worked up over. Wow, you two sure know a lot about makeup. I think I need to confiscate them for a bit. Oh, I never knew makeup consisted of this stuff too. I see. Ooh. She seems to be completely absorbed in her study of cosmetics. I guess there really wasn't anything suspicious in Agent Shi-Na's makeup. I suppose not. Let us move on and examine something else. The shoes! Let us examine her shoes. There doesn't appear to be anything particularly odd about them. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. You know what they say about men who stare at women's shoes for too long, right? How scandalous. I am merely doing my job, Agent Lang. I don't see how that warranted a comment. Now then, there is some dirt on the soles, but otherwise these seem perfectly normal. I guess there really wasn't anything suspicious about Agent Shi-Na's shoes. Shi-Na's shoes, that's kind of hard to say. I suppose not. Bum 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 bum. Hey, anything's fun if you play it with your partner. I can leave on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that's a good point, Alyosha. Alright. I suppose we'll deal with this coat and then we'll probably finish up. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir! It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shi-Na. The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? But me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is. Oh? And you think you can do that? I mean, don't we have, like, forensics teams that can test this stuff? I'm guessing we're gonna have to set it on fire so it burns green. Did she bring two pairs of yeah, actually, did she bring two pairs of shoes or what? Maybe she had dress shoes and then work shoes. Ah, no worries, Alyosha. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll try and do a much longer stream. I'll try and start earlier so I can do a nice big chunk of this case. Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this coat. This is what caused the hem of the coat to turn black. I have no idea what you're trying to prove with that. But if you want, why don't we try and see if we can dirty your clothes with that? What? Sully my clothes? Preposterous. Detective Gumshoe. No way, sir. Please don't make me dirty up my coat any more than I already have, sir. Then I guess we'll just have to use yours, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't you dare lay a finger on my clothes! I suppose I have no choice but to show you another piece of evidence. He took emotional damage just then, thinking about his clothes having to be dry cleaned. Babyliss ink? Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Polano, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babyliss ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babyliss ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. Save, I want to see where this goes. You thought Emma Skye was the only crime scientist in this country. Hey, that's possible. That's possible. I mean, Gumshoe hadn't even heard of luminol until Emma started using it in Case 1-5. So maybe. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove the dark substance on the coat is Babyliss ink. I will wear the coat. We will know if someone were to wear the coat. Detective Gumshoe. Wait, are you trying to ruin my coat? You don't honestly believe that tub of lard can fit into my coat, do you? Very well. Francisca, can you please give it a try? There is absolutely no point in me wearing that gaudy coat. Hey, you're not really that mad, are you, Miss Shi-Na? Well, it's not my fault if she is. Because it's yours, Miles Edgeworth. You and your ridiculous suggestion. Why is it my fault? I need to use a method of that Agent Shi-Na can't refute, no matter how she may try. I love that we're just going to burn her coat. Touch the coat. By the texture, we should be able to tell what the substance is. Okay, then I'll give it a feel, sir. It feels kind of rough. Thank you for that frivolous comment. Now, if you could feel the stain on the hem. Ah, my fingers got all dirty when I touched the dark spot, sir. They got dirty, did they? I knew it, so it must be Babyliss ink. That logic. Just because his fingers got dirty, that's your way of proving it's Babyliss ink? Sorry, but any ink in the world would make one's fingers dirty. I should have known better. It's useless to use such a far-fetched tactic. So burn is obviously the right answer. Any special dialogue for getting a game over here? I think Agent Lang will just step in and take us off the investigation. We can check though. Yeah, we'll game over and then we'll finish up the stream. And we'll hopefully come back tomorrow and play a lot more next time. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Hello, cat. Cat's being cute because she wants a dinner. Ba-dum-bum-bum. That seems like a good way to end the stream, hey? Gaming over. Getting kicked off the investigation. Game overing? Yeah. Ah, the fast forward feature. It's pretty good. Yeah, Agent Lang kicks us off the investigation. Which, we checked this earlier, and yeah, he kicks us out, makes us go home. Then we went home and watched Steel Samurai while drinking tea. That's the end of the game. Alright, so we'll come back to this hopefully tomorrow. And I'll hopefully start a bit early so I can get a lot more done. Hey, cat. Oh, you want dinner? Really? Cat's being cute. Alright, is there anyone to host? Oh, there's quite a few people. I never get to host Sakura these days, so I'll host Sakura. She's playing Final Fantasy XIV. Everyone's playing an MMO, either WoW Classic or Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, thank you all very much for watching. /raid Sakura Tsubasa. And I'll see you all next time. See yous.